Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Fantastic Four First Steps movies, Mr. Fantastic! And this is the actual Mr. Fantastic, not that fake version that I saw and got tricked by, but this is still looking very cool. We got long stretchy arms right over here, so I'm stoked for this one. Nice looking packaging, by the way. You can see our Pedro Pascal right over there, as well as on the side over here and on the back. And you can see the different logos from the Fantastic Four characters. Yeah, I got a 4 logo on the very top, not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so.
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's Mr. Fantastic out of the packaging, and he's pretty fascinating. I do like the figure. He's not that fascinating, to be honest with you, but I gotta say, for the most part, it's a pretty sweet figure. Pretty fun, interchangeable arms over here, and the likeness I think is actually pretty sweet. So let's get a closer look at that head sculpt. But first, let's get a closer look at the accessories. Now, of course, with Mr. Fantastic, I want limitless accessories, but I feel like this is sufficient. I like having the long, stretchy arms right over here. You also get interchangeable hands. Now, these fist hands are the same exact fist hands with the Johnny Storm. I don't know why one has black paint on the hands more so than the other, but that's what that is. And then here we have just a regular arm, I guess, which we'll look at a little bit more later on, but we get the relaxed hands, having a hard time speaking this morning. And then there's a little communicator or warning Fitbit wristwatch right there. Paint looks pretty good on these though. I do like them. And then we have the long stretchy arms with the bendy wires, which I really like, but I'm really scared of breaking. So you can go ahead and bend in quite a bit. You get a little bit of I got a little bit of scuffage on mine right over there. Where I get scared of something breaking is with these parts right over here. I'm like, oh, is that going to come apart on me? I'm not seeing those vent holes that I usually see with bendy wire, but they bend pretty well. You could see I could almost bend all the way back like that. It's a fair amount of bending, you know? So I actually really like these. I think they make the figure a lot of fun. I wish there was rotation at the wrist, though. If they're able to get the bendy wire to stop right there and rotate the wrists, or maybe have interchangeable hands with them, even though these hands are a bit bigger. So I can see how that doesn't work. But overall, I think these are pretty cool. I just could see some splitting happening right over there, but not so much on this one, but it could possibly happen. You can even see there's a little bit of glue right over there. So yeah, aside from that though, I do like them. Paint looks pretty good right over there too. So while shooting, I'm not looking at a reference image of Pedro Pascal, but just looking at this figure, I think it looks very Pedro Pascal. I think it looks really good, man. The facial hair looks great. The eyes, the likeness, man. I think they just really did a fantastic job with this. As far as complaining goes, I don't really have much complaints about this head sculpt. I really think they did a good job. I really think the photoreal tech looks fantastic. Oh, God, I can't use that word anymore. I'm just making myself sick. Now, I wish there was maybe a little bit more paint on the beard. It looks like the sculpt of the beard and the paint aren't lining up perfectly on this side. So there you go. Found something to complain about. Not so bad on this side right over here, though. And I like that we have a little bit of gray hair on the sides, as Reed Richards should. And the suit looks awesome. I really like that they have their own unique designs for the suits. Maybe a little bit of paint could have been nice to add. You know, like a dark blue paint. A little bit of a wash would be sweet. I just wish that we had that on all our Marvel Legends again. I like the design with the belts over here. They look pretty snazzy with the little pieces added to it and everything. I don't know. Kind of reminds me of like the Star Wars tech a little bit. I think that's what makes me so stoked to see that. And then again, we have the stripe design pattern right there in the legs, and the boots look really good right over here. Pinless joints throughout everywhere. And yeah, man, it's a good looking piece. Yeah, I like those details right over here. They look really cool. And nice black for these boots, and you have peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So we already went over the bendy arm articulation right over here, and I really do wish that they're able to maintain butterfly joints while also having them in there. I was able to do that with my Street Humans figures. I love that we have a hinge right over here with the ball joints, so he can look up very far, and you can move the head down all the way. You can turn side to side, and it'll just pivot a little bit on that ball joint. Again, no butterfly butterfly joints. Wish we had them. You could move the shoulders up that far, and they're not as stiff as the Johnny Storm arms, by the way. You could rotate a full 360, bicep swivel, and then you have the pinless double jointed elbows, and then all the wrists turn side to side and hinge up and down. You have the diaphragm cut, diaphragm pivoting, minimal diaphragm crunching, and it moves back a bit. Wish we had the same ball joint articulation at the waist. We only get a horizontal cut right over there. Legs do move outward that far. I wish we had some interchangeable parts for the legs. That would have been so cool to have. And I wish that you can get his leg moving more than that. That's not even at 90 degrees, so that's frustrating. If they maybe used a softer plastic right here, something doesn't really move back. You get the upper thigh cut, nice pinless double jointed knees. Wish we had calf rotation too. Damn it, that just is not going to stop pissing me off. I don't get it. And then you have ankles that do move down. They do move up, and he has beautiful ankle
Measure up
pivot.
this Mr. Fantastic figure. You could see that he is standing just a hair under that 6.5 inch mark.
Then for Mr. Fantastic comparison, you could see we have our new MCU version compared to the comic version, and this is what we got for a stretchy effect piece with this figure, which is just very lame. So yeah, again, very happy to have these long extended arms right over here in comparison with that. And yeah, I'm going to do a head swap just for funsies. That's kind of neat to see, actually. I don't know why I'm satisfied seeing that, but it looks kind of neat. And then for another Mr. Fantastic comparison, we have our new MCU Mr. Fantastic, and we have our Fox Films Mr. Fantastic. From the Toy Biz days, Wave 1, I am still calling this the very best Mr. Fantastic figure ever made. I still love this figure. I bought 2 of them back in the day because I just thought it was so amazing. And you can see all these interchangeable parts between the 2 figure sets. You could obviously see the 2 necks in there, but you're able to swap out the necks, the legs, the torso, the arms. Plus he still has butterfly joints, finger articulation, toe articulation. I might do a review on this figure. I don't think I've ever done a review on this Mr. Fantastic, so let me know in the comments below if you want me to. I may just do it just because I'm so stoked off of the figure still. I don't think we'll ever get a Mr. Fantastic as dope as this one. And for a Pedro Pascal figure comparison, or is that really Pedro Pascal underneath there? We have Mando from the Mandalorian series. I could have sworn I had one of these figures with the Pedro Pascal head, but I guess I don't. And can I do a head swap over here? I don't know. No, it doesn't feel like it wants to pop off. No head swapping. Yeah, feels like I'm gonna break something. Then here's Mr. Fantastic next to my MCU Galactus popcorn bucket. And then here's Mr. Fantastic next to the other 2 figures from this wave that I've already reviewed. We have Johnny Storm and The Thing. And it's kind of odd seeing Johnny standing a little bit taller than Reed, but oh well. Then here's Mr. Fantastic next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Oh, you got an invisible girlfriend, right? She's real, but we just can't see her. She's nowhere to be found, huh? Just like my girlfriend in Sweden. She's also a blondie. Very, very pretty, you know? I just haven't talked to her in a long time. Haven't seen her in a long time either, right? Similar situation with you and your girl. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to show some love by hitting that like button. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to jump in on the channel perks, you can go ahead and hit that join button if you wish. And this Mr. Fantastic is pretty damn cool. I really like it. It's one of the better figures from the wave, I gotta say. Does have its issues, but nothing really major. I haven't had anything break on me, and I did play with the figure a whole bunch before I started getting a closer look at those arms earlier in this video. So, you know, it did endure some wearage, or some play anyway, and it's held up all right. I'm just scared whether or not it's going to hold up, you know, for a long duration of time. So I'll be reviewing other Fantastic Four First Steps movie figures, and I'll probably readdress the status of the arms later on as I play with the figure more and more. So keep on watching, stay tuned, and again, overall, I'm pretty damn happy with this figure. Not a lot to upset me. I guess having interchangeable leg parts would have just set this over the edge, but you know, compared to those stupid salad fingers, yeah, these stretchy arms are a huge step up. Anyway, at the price point of around 25 bucks, I'm going to give this Mr. Fantastic a SUD rating of
I love it!
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so be sure to let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.